Canada, Israel, and plain politics. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Is Canada changing its stance on Israel? Well, it seems that way. The Liberals have long said they wanted Canada to go back to its role as an honest broker between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Of course, that all changed under the Harper government when shortly after the Harper government was elected, the Gaza Strip was taken over by Hamas, a terrorist organization, a group that the Conservatives wisely and rightly said they would not fund. It actually helped bring Israel and Canada closer together, the governments of those two countries anyway. But now, new statement out from Global Affairs Canada, and it's showing that we're moving back towards plain moral equivalence between Israel and the Palestinians. Now, I want to read this entire statement to you, but first, let me point you to a Globe and Mail article from Saturday. It talks about how, yes, Canada will go back to this honest broker role, but a senior Liberal telling the Globe that they didn't want to move too fast because they want to make sure they've got the Jewish vote back first. They want to make sure they've got the Jewish vote back first. That is an unreal statement coming from the lips of a senior Liberal advisor, but it's how they view this file. This is about domestic politics, not what's right and wrong. Now, to the statement issued Sunday by Stéphane Dion's office. The Honourable Stéphane Dion, Minister of Foreign Affairs, today released the following statement. Canada is concerned by the continued violence in Israel and the West Bank. The violence has persisted for over 100 days. Canada believes strongly in a two-state solution and that negotiations provide the only viable path to peace. As a steadfast ally and friend to Israel, Canada calls for all efforts to be made to reduce violence and incitement and help build the conditions for a return to the negotiating table. Unilateral actions such as Palestinian initiatives towards statehood in international forums and continued Israeli settlements are unhelpful and constitute serious obstacles to achieving a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace. Notice what they did there? They said, we're worried about the violence, but Israel shouldn't have settlements and the Palestinians shouldn't be looking for statehood. They're trying to put them on the same playing field. What is the violence that's been going on for the past several months? It is incitement by Hamas for Palestinians to randomly attack Jews in Israel. That's what's going on, but from this vague statement, you wouldn't know any of that. Well, Peter Kent, Conservative MP from Thornhill, asked Dion about that very issue. He wanted clarity. I don't think he got it. Take a look.
For months now, we've seen a growing wave of deadly attacks against Israelis by Palestinians, driven by the incitement of their leaders. Hamas and the Palestinian Authority make it clear they refuse to accept Israel's right to exist. Leaders of both entities have spoken openly of a third intifada, an uprising against Israel. Can the Minister of Foreign Affairs explain his outrageously vague expression of concern yesterday and tell this House why he won't explicitly condemn the incitement?
Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Mr. Speaker, the Hamas has been listed as a terrorist group in 2002 by a Liberal government, and Canada will always fight the terrorism and will never do something else than to condemn Hamas terrorism. What we want also for our friend Israel is security, and for that we need a two-state solution. And any unilateral gesture, like the try to have the recognition of Palestine in a unilateral way instead of by negotiation, and the settlements are not a help for peace.
Outside of the Commons, Kent actually spoke with me about the type of incitement that Israelis are dealing with.
The Palestinian Authority, we saw yet another story today from Israel where a Palestinian civilian said that she was moved by official television of the PA to go out and attack Israeli civilians, and that was the reason that she took that action. President Abbas and Hamas leader Haniyeh have spoken openly over the past few months about a third intifada, which is essentially an uprising against Israel. And I think it is incumbent on Minister Dion, Prime Minister Trudeau, and the Liberal government to stand up and to condemn this incitement by both the Palestinian Authority and by Hamas in Gaza, let alone Hezbollah and the regime in Tehran.
And yet to that, all Canada can say is that unilateral actions such as Palestinian initiatives towards statehood and continued Israeli settlements are unhelpful. You know what's unhelpful? Telling your people to go and kill the other guy. Where is the denunciation of that? We're not going to see one. This is what the Liberals mean when they say honest broker. It means looking the other way while Hamas and other terrorist groups continue their trade, and then taking on Israel when Israel does something that the Liberals don't agree with. It's the wrong way to go. Canada should stay on the same principled path it's been on for most of the last 10 years. It should stand firmly with Israel. The Harper government was not against criticizing Israel when the country did something wrong. That doesn't mean attacking Israel when it's the Palestinians who are the perpetrators.